WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore. There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro. I'm Fearon Derry, and wow, what a week.
Yeah, you said it. Right off the bat, before even going on the air, just the news that hits us.
So the breaking news, at least at that point, how can I put it? It's just a future endeavor Friday. Yeah, something like that. I feel like that's got to be a parody song at some point.
I mean, we don't always have to do stuff at Christmas time in terms of parody songs.
True, it has been a while since we've done one.
I was going to say, though, I am disappointed that we never really got to record Punk's Getting Nothing for Christmas. Because we had that in the bag. Like, I didn't even...
You had that in the bag.
Well, still,
You wanted to get that in so badly.
Because it was appropriate at the time. It was acceptable in the 2 years ago.
In the 2 years ago. I can't with you. I can't. Yeah, I wonder how that would go. It's a future endeavor Friday. Oh. A fire that guy day. Oh. Hope it's not my day. Oh. 'Cause then I'd have to cry day. It's a future endeavor Friday. There you go. You got a little...
Oh, Manic Monday. That's what you were going for. That was...
yeah, see?
I thought for a second, you were doing acceptable in the 80s, just a future endeavor Friday. So then I just went... Bum, bum,
oh, yeah, no, I was definitely going Manic Monday on that.
But that is great, whether it's fax or call,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's we'll have to kind of put that together, even though we've already just kind of put it out there, but it's all right.
If it depends if it stays on the cutting room floor or not.
I think for the purposes of I've got so many other things going on, if somebody else wants it, they can have it.
There you go, Foxwell, that one's for you. Now we're breaking kayfabe.
Yeah, I'm noting my own time on that one. Ted doesn't even need to. Ted Efaw there in the studio keeping us on the air here. But yes, Austin Aries it was announced yesterday that they came to terms, WWE did, on the release of Austin Aries. And as customary, WWE wished Aries the best in all his future endeavors.
It's just become like a rib in itself, hasn't it, that phrase?
I mean, it has been ripe for ridicule. I won't disagree with that.
I think it's their way of saying, like, hey, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out, right?
I don't know.
Depends, though.
Yeah, it depends on who it is. I mean, because even in amicable splits, they still put it that way. So, I mean, I don't know if...
Well, maybe it's just because they don't want to seem like they're playing favorites, I guess, or not favorites. Well, favorites in who they release. That's a bad way to put it, but,
favorites in who leaves the company.
Well,
that's probably where what maybe. You were...
Or on how good the terms are, so maybe it doesn't be like,
No kind of special treatment? Is that where you're going with that?
Like if they have a good split, as opposed to he got fired for being a jerkwad.
Yeah, I guess there's that. Or we could get into why people leave WWE, and that could be a whole show topic. But
I was going to say, what culture did a top 10 of, Paul London got fired for smiling at Vince McMahon. Granted, it was on the way out during the, it was on his way out the door while they were filming the exploding limo scene, but still. He got fired for smiling at him.
Huh.
Yeah. Gangrel got fired because his shirt got untucked and his belly slipped out.
And this is all on what culture?
well, What Culture's YouTube channel, What Culture Wrestling, give them a cheap plug, I guess. But it was just there was all I checked more than just that. Like it came to.
Look at you doing journalistic things and fact checking. Although in reality it was just Twitch curiosity.
Well, that too, but it was also, it's What Culture is one of the credible sites. I don't know. Sometimes it just depends on just how professional it's done or sounds. There are certain channels I can't listen to, even if it's like interesting information. I just can't, because it's just somebody that doesn't sound like they should be on the air.
So presentation has something to do with it.
Yeah, you taught me well.
I'm glad to see something stuck after all these years.
Well, it's also
Closing in on, what, 4 years now?
Yeah, almost. But it's, I guess, well, not aesthetic because that's more visual than anything, but it's auditory. It's like, it's an audit. That's the phrase the kids are using these days, like aesthetic, which is like a, ooh, that's nice, like that sort of reaction. Well, same way your grandmother would react to a nice piece of apple pie, just ooh, that smells heavenly. We're getting so off topic.
Yeah, Austin Aries.
But was there any has anything come to fruition of what happened exactly, why he was released? Or
Well, at the time that we're recording this, got to preface that, because, I mean, this only came out maybe about
9:25 p.m.
on Friday the 7th here. Yeah, I mean, this story is maybe only, about 5-6 hours old, maybe?
There's a lot of...
As of when we recorded it.
I'm not... Again, there's no concrete foundation to this, but a lot of people are speculating that he requested his release. I was telling you earlier, I think it might have something to do with attitude, or maybe his attitude towards his current situation. And I think, like, in terms of them renegotiating his contract, just because from what I've heard, stories I've heard from, like, Cornette and other people, just, it's I love Austin Aries. I'm going to preface that with what I'm saying right now. I love Austin Aries. He's one of my favorite wrestlers that, well, until recently wasn't in WWE, and it's sort of upsetting to see him go, but he's very high on his own Kool-Aid, or something, if that's the right term.
You're saying that Austin Aries loves him some him. Is that kind of where you're going with that?
I mean, I think he believes the greatest man that ever lived thing more than maybe he should have. But at
like living his gimmick kind of thing?
Almost. I mean, when we met, he was nothing. He was perfectly nice, but he had this aura about him. And granted, he's able to back it up in the ring because he is, like, he's phenomenal. I mean, that's AJ Styles' thing, but he is somebody in the ring. You put him in the ring with somebody, and it's like magic's gonna happen. He's like guys like the Young Bucks and AJ Styles, and I'm sure Sami Zayn is another good one to use. If you could put somebody who has little to no experience in the ring with them, and they would still put on a really good match. They're just that good. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure he has enough claim to back that up. But just I've heard stories of his attitude and where he, what level he thinks he should be on. I think that I'm speculating that might have had something to do with it.
Well, and I think the potential reasoning behind that has to do with the phrasing that WWE uses on their website, saying that they came to terms on the release of Austin Aries. So could that be a request on Austin Aries' part?
Or maybe it was just a
mutual separation kind of thing? Like, all right, hey, this isn't working out for either of us kind of thing?
Yeah, I think, I'm hoping, though, a lot of people are thinking, well, where does Aries go from here? I mean, obviously, he's probably got a 90-day no-compete clause, if anything. If I don't know what his contract, what's in that, but where does he go from here? Does he go back to Impact or, Global Force at this point? I mean, I don't know. Or does he go to New Japan? I would love to see him in Ring of Honor personally, but it's like, where does he go from here?
I guess only time will tell. Or maybe Aries if he I guess he can't even let the cat out of the bag until that point. Plus, why would he? Because that would make to ruin a great surprise.
Yes, it would.
So we shall certainly see about that. Also, other news that came out, the same day that we are putting this together. I know so many different ways of putting this here. A WWE database leak that exposed 3 million users' home and email addresses, birth dates, earnings, ethnicity, children's age ranges, genders, and more.
Wait, what? Is this like people who subscribe to the
WWE Network, yeah. That's right.
And that's how they get... Oh, that's scary.
Cromtech security firm's Bob Diachenko told Forbes.com that he discovered an unprotected database that was open to anyone in plain text who knew which web address to search. WWE responded to the story by issuing the following statement. Quote, although no credit card or password information was included and therefore not at risk, WWE is investigating a vulnerability of a database housed on Amazon Web Services, AWS, which has now been secured. WWE utilizes leading cybersecurity firms Smartronics and Praetorian to manage data infrastructure and cybersecurity and to conduct regular security audits on AWS. We are currently working with Amazon Web Services, Smartronics, and Praetorian to ensure the ongoing security of our customer information. So, even though there was a leak, it may not necessarily mean that information was hacked. It just meant that there was a leak. It's kind of like you have a leaky faucet. You get a plumber to come in, not necessarily T.L. Hopper, to plug it up. That being said, you have a stern look on your face, almost of concern.
It's just,
It didn't say web history on there, so I think you're all right.
No, it's there's not really anything of incriminating value on there, but it's not saying that I have any to begin with. It's just out of just putting down credit card information, username, and a password in your email, they're getting earnings, ethnicity, children's age ranges, genders, and
well, that's all.
what
That's
is
all
more?
that's all the demographic information.
But
that
still, it's like the fact that they can get that off of it's like you're putting in 3 things for the most part. Like you're putting in A, but you're getting like B, C, and D as well, and you just don't even know it. It's scary how much they can get from you these days. It really is.
Well, I mean, the reason that they have a lot of that in there is because they need that demographic information to provide, in this case for WWE, to shareholders. So they can mention, okay, so we have this many, this many subscribers that are, I don't know, I mean, not just nationally as far as addresses. They can say, okay, we have this many subscribers in the U.S., we have this many in Canada, we have this many in the U.K., we have this many in India, this many in China, Japan, etc. So, I mean, there's that factor of it. You know, how many subscribers based on the information provided, how many are female, how many are male, what demographics are there with that?
Well, yeah, no, I understand that. It's more just at face value with what you see, like, in the news. At face value, it just seems terrifying. I understand there's more to it in depth that makes it not as scary. It's just, at face value, reading this article is just...
And the fact that you didn't know about it until I just told you about it.
Yeah. It's just at face value, it just...
Yeah, I know. You had that Hanna-Barbera double take sound, for lack of a better term.
I think that was the perfect term.
Yeah, I might have to splice that if I haven't already. We'll see. If not, then it'll just make me sound foolish and lazy for talking about it. Anyway, one thing that I better not be lazy about is taking care of our first time out. So we should get to it, or do it to it, as I've heard Jay Hunter from OSW Review say. So before we do, though,
For
gotta
once,
let you
it's
know.
not me quoting OSW.
Oh no, I do fairly often.
Just I don't know. I feel like I do it more on the show.
A little bit, but I think it's like a 60-40 kind of thing if you have to break it down. But no, I want to let you know because now's a good time as any, so you still have a chance to get over there. Courtesy of our friends over at George's Cards and Collectibles, they've got a signing happening right now until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Former WWE stars King Kong Bundy, as
Along
well
with the
as
Monster Factory as well.
alum of the Monster Factory, yes, along with one half of the Vaudevillains, formerly known as Simon Gotch, both at George's Cards and Collectibles in the Neshaminy Mall location right now until 1 o'clock. George's has 2 locations for all of your cards and collectibles needs. Their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, and in the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing. For more information, go to georgescollectibles.com and follow George's Cards and Collectibles on Facebook. So coming up, we've got more news and notes coming your way, plus our predictions for the large spheres of heat.
Certain to go wrong.
Yes, predictions certain to go wrong for
the large spheres of heat. Spheres.
Yes.
That was great. That is what's another one we could do?
We'll think about that over the course
of orbs of combustion.
Maybe. We'll tweak it. We'll come up with some more here. And who knows what other hilarity.
At midnight speed round, because that's probably when the time this recording is going to finish.
Wow. On that note, this is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Ryan Westbrook here to tell you about my good friends over at Golden Nugget Jewelers. Just because I used to leave it all in the field doesn't mean you have to leave all your money at the register to get her that special engagement ring. Head on over to Golden Nugget Showroom on the corner of 8th and Chestnut to get treated like a Hall of Famer. They've got the best selection of loose diamonds, the best prices, and lifetime guarantees. But what really sets Golden Nugget apart is the family-owned, friendly atmosphere. Golden Nugget Jewelers. It's where Philly gets engaged.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
Be sure to tune into Senior Legal Strategies with Henry Carpenter every Tuesday morning at 9, right here on 1490 WBCB.
Thousands of families affected by disasters, like the recent flooding, urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide warm meals, shelter, and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters, big and small. Go to redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you.
Phillies PA announcer Dan Baker asking you to join me and former Phillies slugger Greg the Bull Luzinski for the Independence Blue Cross Bull Session presented by Gage Fiore, attorneys at fightforyou.com. Every Monday, 6 to 7 p.m., we'll talk Phillies baseball with a different guest each week. Go to WBCB1490.com to check show locations and guest information each week. The Independence Blue Cross Bull Session, presented by Gage Fiore, attorneys at fightforyou.com, every Monday at 6 p.m. on 1490 WBCB and 610 Sports.
Let Freedom Ring. Bristol Riverside Theater's 2017 Summer Music Fest continues with When America Sings, July 13th through the 23rd. Celebrate the month of our country's birth with chart-topping hits like This Land Is Your Land, America, and Let the River Run. For tickets, visit brtstage.org or call 215-785-0100.
Just got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so we might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go.
All
That's
right.
what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to At Midnight. I'm Fearon Hardwick.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, although it is not yet midnight, believe it or not.
I feel like Twitch Hardwick sounds better, but you're the host, so you get the moniker.
Exactly. So 14 women so far have been announced for the Mae Young Classic Tournament.
Yes. 14 of the 32 contestants?
14 of the 32 combatants.
Wow.
Yeah, contestants. I mean, it's not a reality show. It's It's not like it's Tough Enough Women's Edition or anything.
Contestants, combatants, participants.
Yeah, participants. There you go. That's another certainly applicable word.
Okay.
All right. So we've got Tessa Blanchard, Abby Lath, Tainara Conti, Jazzy Gabert, or Gabert maybe. I'm butchering the...
Gabert, maybe?
Gabert, maybe, yeah.
Who knows?
I'm butchering these pronunciations.
Lacey Chabert.
No, she's not a part of it.
No.
Kavita Devi, Tony Storm, Lacey
Progress
Evans.
Women's Champion right there, Tony Storm.
Yeah. Tony Storm, yep. Lacey Evans, Sarah Logan, Princessa Sughit.
Sure.
Dakota
Kai. Princess Suge Knight, cool.
Wow.
I'm just gonna...
Okay.
It's your funeral, pal.
Kairi Sane, Piper Niven, Bianca Belair, and Vanessa Bourne. So there you go. 14 down and 18 to go to complete the 32-woman field.
Yes.
And that'll start airing the end of August 28th, I believe.
And, it's funny, we talk about all this this crop of young talent that are coming into, I guess, women's wrestling as a whole. And, it was announced, I guess, earlier in the week or today. We have crap, we're probably going to have to start this over, but we're having a very...
We're live, pal.
Oh, yeah, no. We have a very seasoned women's wrestler announcing her retirement. That's what I tried to segue in, but I suck. So, if we're going to do a train wreck, we're going to do it right. Because when we're good, but when we're bad, we're great.
Taking the Mike Samsel drop and making it your own.
I'm just, if anybody should know about being really bad and great at the same time, just like I suck, so.
I am leaving all of this in.
Even that part, leave that. Besides, that should be the last part that's left in. I am.
All right,
hallelujah.
Let me
Where's the Tylenol?
Let me take it from here. Velvet Sky, better known as Jamie Santier, announced her retirement from pro wrestling, telling WNPR.org that she has returned to college and noted that she once postponed college for pro wrestling. She said of her decision to make that postponement, wrestling has a shelf life. College doesn't. You can be 50 years old and go to college for your degree. You can't be 50 years old and train to be a pro wrestler.
Well, I was going to say, Ric Flair certainly tried and succeeded.
Well, no, Ric Flair didn't, start when he was 50.
Yeah, but why do you need to talk about training? Well, okay. Oh, I think I see where she's coming from. She postponed college to start wrestling.
Yeah, because she didn't want to start too late and have it cut into a lucrative career in terms of, in this case, going to TNA, Impact Wrestling, things of that nature.
Well, what about DDP? That's my favorite example because even though it's the exception, not the rule, it still happened. Still possible.
Yeah, but why do you want to...
I'm not saying that it's... Obviously, there's a time when you shouldn't... maybe there is a time where the moment has passed, we've reached that point of no return, but, there is a point where it shouldn't stop you from trying to live your dream. 50, I get.
Well, and maybe 50 was a bit high of a number for what she was going for, but
it makes sense. It's an exaggerated sort of.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, better to do that than some other people who go to college and then get a job and everything, and then they start wrestling training at the age of 34, and kind of go okay with it so far. Not mentioning any names, of course.
Asking for a friend, if that's what we're doing. Asking
it wasn't even asking. It was more describing a friend.
Asking for a friend. You mean you? Just not. I'm just addressing that phrase. And yeah, we're gonna stop. I suck. Just gonna.
You just keep reiterating that.
Well, because it's the truth, and.
No, If you were that terrible, would I keep you around?
I mean, for your personal amusement, yes.
Would I keep you around on the air?
Do you really want me to answer that question, Fearon? Personal amusement, yes.
Mm-hmm. But wait, I'd keep you on the air for personal amusement even if you were terrible.
Hey, man, Viagra on a pole match, all right? I don't know. I cut that.
You all right? Are you like having a breakdown here live on the recording? Like
Live on the recording. I think maybe I'm fine, but I still want to answer the way Robert Downey Jr. did in Zodiac. No. But thanks for bringing that up. I am fine. I was just note the
You're
time.
just giving me a little pat on the shoulder there.
Yeah. Because that's what he did in the film.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because movies, I'm such an expert at them. Nope. Not even close.
I am so sorry on how much editing you're going to have to do in post.
What editing? I mean...
Fair enough. Now, on to the National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
So, yes, the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Dan Gable Museum has added 3 more names to its list of attendees for the George Tragos Luthez Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame induction weekend, coming up July 20th to the 22nd. Extreme legend Sabu will join WWE superstar Chad Gable and WWE superstar Jason Jordan in Waterloo. Good old Waterloo, Iowa. In case you were wondering where Waterloo was.
I wasn't, but
You weren't?
thanks.
Okay. Well, there you go. Little geography lesson for you.
I know that Boise and Davenport are there, and I just know that they're places.
I was about to say, I thought you were stating that those were both in Iowa, and my eyes got wide, and I was about to say, unbelievable. Boise is in Idaho. Davenport is in Iowa.
It's been a long day, Fearon.
Okay. Paul Orndorff and Dusty Rhodes will be inducted along with Magnum TA, the Luthez World Heavyweight Championship Award, Stan Hansen, who will receive the Frank Gotch Award, Mike Van Arsdale, who will receive the George Tragos Award, and Scott Williams, who will be receiving the Jim Melby Award. So a lot of fun stuff there in Waterloo, Iowa. One of the I was looking up earlier a few different pro wrestling Hall of Fames. As far as the national ones, you have that one. You've got the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum based out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. The NWA Wrestling Legends Hall of Heroes that started about a decade ago down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Whoa. And the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, which is started in 1999 and is based in Wichita Falls, Texas. And that's the only one that has a physical building.
So then,
and that's
sort of like how the Football Hall of Fame
in Canton, Ohio, or the the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's run by a former interview guest here on the program, Cowboy Johnny Mantell.
Yeah.
I'm have to see what I can do about getting him back on here. It's been a little while. It's been a while.
Been a while. It's my it's my impression.
That's your impression
of 90s. Yeah. I can't really say what that was from, but it's funny. I'll tell you during the break.
Fair enough.
Holy role reversal, Batman.
Yeah, usually I'm the one although what does that tell you? That I know of the song, but I can't remember who did it, and I was around to...
Maybe?
No, I don't...
Maybe it was Stained? I don't know. I don't care.
I
really don't. We don't need to look it up. It's...
Wow.
I'm sorry, we don't. I don't want to delve into that crappy 90s music.
Wow. All these flavors, and you're choosing to be salty.
Yeah. It wasn't even worth the comeback. It really wasn't.
Wow. Oh my goodness. All right. We've got so much more still here to do, but we've already got to hit our second time out already. It's amazing how quickly these things roll upon us here. But we've still got, we've got a few things. We'll let you know who's coming up in a movie based off of a USA or TV series, I should say. Also, a wrestler and singer hosting a CD release coming up. We'll let you know who that is.
Named after a Roman emperor.
Oh, sweet mercy. And also a frequent WWE guest broadcaster who went under the knife. We'll tell you how that individual's doing as well. Plus, we've got our predictions certain to go wrong for the huge Flaming Globes, better known as Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view.
Goodness gracious.
You are right about that. So we got our predictions certain to go wrong coming up as well. But first, yes, the list has been revealed. At the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA, we are 1 week away from the anniversary party known as Goblet Stock. And just this past week, 43 beers have been announced for the event, including All Goblets Have Spirits, that 9.5% Scotch ale brewed with maple syrup and gala apples that you know I love so much. Also, Santa's Saison, the Saison beer brewed with spiced apple cider tea that you usually only get around Christmas time. But you're getting it here in July. Oh, it's so beautiful. Plus the third anniversary beer, Fool's Gold Belgian Golden Strong, brewed with blackberry. Oh, man. Plus there'll be food trucks, live music, and it's free to attend. Also on tap right now in the Goblet, not necessarily at Goblet Stock, although it is one of the ones on the list at Goblet Stock as well, Diane, a cold-pressed coffee stout, which is, I must say, a damn fine cup of coffee stout. Plus, the Broken Goblet has expanded its hours. That's right, the Goblet now open Tuesdays from 5 to 11, same with Wednesdays and Thursdays. Fridays are still 3 to midnight, Saturdays are still noon to midnight, and Sundays are now noon to 8 p.m. And we are 2 weeks away from Pro Wrestling Weekly broadcasting live from the Broken Goblet. That's Saturday, July 22nd from noon to 1 for a special Brews and Body Slams edition. Come on out, enjoy food, drink, conversation about wrestling, make fun of Twitch, and more. Okay.
Well, you could have just said that, but that could be on a Monday. Like, come on, let's be honest. Making fun of Twitch is like a weekly, 24/7, 365. Come on.
Or like your boy, 25/8, 366.
You know, that would have been too obvious.
See how fun it is? No.
For everyone except for Twitch.
Oh. That notwithstanding, no.
No, it's fine. Come on, no, make me cry. It's cool. We'll be fine. I'm joking.
I kid because I love.
I know.
That being said, just a few reasons why it's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Please enjoy responsibly. Coming back, we've got predictions certain to go wrong and a whole bunch more. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Do you have ringing, hissing, buzzing, or pulsing in your ears? Then you are probably suffering from tinnitus. Over 60 million Americans experience tinnitus. That's 1 in 5 people. You don't have to just live with it. Take control of your tinnitus and rediscover life without constant ringing in your ears by calling the Hearing Center of Bucks County at 215-310-5237. Find out about the brand new, state-of-the-art AGX Tinnitus Management System. The tinnitus experts at the Hearing Center of Bucks County, celebrating over 30 years of providing outstanding personalized hearing care, will evaluate if this new technology solution is appropriate for you. Find out if this is your answer for ringing in the ears. Call the Hearing Center of Bucks County at 215-310-5237. Online at buckscountyhearing.com.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
Philadelphia Protestant Home is a premier senior living community that offers affordable, quality, independent living, personal care, skilled nursing, and rehabilitation. PPH is located on a beautiful, serene campus within minutes of Bucks County and features a variety of on-site amenities for active lifestyles. Elegant dining services, ice cream parlor, indoor pool and wellness center, bowling alley, computer learning center, greenhouse, bank, market, and coming soon, a pharmacy. Call now to schedule a tour, 215-697-8000, or visit us on the web at pphfamily.org. At PPH, we're family.
Hi, this is Governor Tom Wolf. Thousands of families across Pennsylvania have been affected by the opioid epidemic. Together, we can fight this disease. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, help is available. Visit pa.gov/opioids for resources and information on substance abuse. For treatment options, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Brought to you by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Tom Wolf, Governor. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, and we're kicking off another summer of shellfish. We have seafood specials every day of the week. On Saturdays, we have the biggest crab feast you have ever seen. It's a pound of snow crab, Dungeness crab, 3 hard shells, and our own special crabby corn, and it's delicious. On Sunday, check out our new seafood saute, clams, mussels, shrimp, lobster in our own homemade sauce. Visit chickyandpete's.com for your summer of shellfish calendar and detail.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, July 8. On this date in 1985, the WWF held its King of the Ring Supercard. In the main event, Hulk Hogan pinned Nikolai Volkov to retain the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 1996, WCW Monday Nitro aired live from Orlando, Florida. In the main event, Sting defeated Arn Anderson by submission. On this date in 2002, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the main event, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Kevin Nash, X-Pac, and The Big Show defeated Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, Spike Dudley, Goldust, and Rob Van Dam in a 10-man tag team match. On this date in 2012, TNA held its Destination X pay-per-view. In the main event, Austin Aries pinned Bobby Roode to win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, July 8. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com, along with the head of the Stained Fan Club, Twitch DeSangro. Yes, Stained did. It's been a while. I'm Fearon Derry. You're in disbelief, aren't you?
I'm disgusted and also proud at the same time for making such a great reference, but still, you.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Man, that was a Canadian level of quick apologies there. Anyway.
I can't, you know why? Because I can't blame it on the Tourette's. And nor would I. I'm just saying I can't. So it wouldn't be like I'd accidentally curse and then be like, what? It's just who I am. It's more like, oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, thank God this was just a recorded episode then.
Yeah, you haven't let that slip in the almost 4 years you've been on the show. So.
Only recorded episodes, coincidentally, though.
That's because you know you can get away with it.
More of, we can afford to have that mistake. Not that getting away with it, sometimes it just slips out.
Hooray! I can say f***. Good job. Good on ya.
Mark that one, Ted.
All right, come on now.
Just so we have evidence for, that's when the second heart attack hit, Doc, when Fearon, of all people, started cursing, and...
Can we get back to news and notes,
please?
Please. Otherwise, this is going to go to midnight, as you had
let's
alluded to earlier here. All right, Charlotte Flair. Well, she's going to have a role in the upcoming Psych movie. Flair will be playing the part of Heather Rockrear, a sidekick to the movie's villain, who will be played by Zachary Levi. Now, the Psych television show, that may sound familiar, that ran from 2006 to 2014 on the USA Network and had several WWE guest stars, and the 2-hour movie based off of that series will premiere on the USA Network in December. Also, legendary professional wrestler and singer-songwriter Jeff Hardy, your boy, will be hosting a CD release after party in honor of his band's latest album, Precession of the Equinoxes.
by the band Peroxygen.
I think you added an extra W in there.
Peroxygen. Sorry.
Peroxygen.
Peroxygen.
Yeah, PEROXWHY?GEN.
Because that's really that. I just love that because that's really like a Jeff Hardy sort of name.
The show will take place after the WWE Raw event on Monday, July 17th at the Valentine in Nashville, Tennessee. And in some not quite as good news, Maria Menounos, who has been a frequent WWE guest broadcaster over the years, announced that she underwent surgery to remove a golf ball-sized brain tumor. Oof. Menounos noted that the surgery was successful and that her surgeon was able to remove most of the tumor. She told People.com, quote, that he being the surgeon, said that there's a 6 to 7% chance that we'll see it come back. But I'll take those odds any day. The People story also adds that Menounos was caring for her mother, who has stage 4 brain cancer, when she discovered her own medical issue. On a more positive note, Menounos noted that her recovery will take roughly a month and she will be back to normal soon.
Godspeed, wishing you the best. Holy crap, that's, damn.
Yeah, exactly. It's, a rough go for the Menounos family, to say the least. Something that hopefully won't be a rough go, at least in terms of my endurance, is going to be later tonight as the MFPW returns to the world-famous Monster Factory at 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. How was that for a segue?
Ooh.
The Monster Abyss returning to the MFPW arena to challenge heavyweight champion Mikey Webb. Also, the Money in the Miles face former champions Gifted Punishment of Punishment Martinez and QT Marshall.
This is, I was going to say, like, this is, I think, maybe one of the biggest challenges the Money in the Miles has had to face yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never really been sure of somebody potentially unseating them as the champions until I heard they were going up against QT and Punisher.
Indeed, yeah. It should be interesting to say the least. And Tough Guy Incorporated, Brutal Bob Evans and Tough Timmy Hughes take on Matt Sells and Jimmy Flame of Cheap Thrills. All this and more tonight at the MFPW Arena, 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Tickets available now at eventbrite.com. Check out the MFPW and all things Monster Factory on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, plus at monsterfactory.org. And check out past matches, bios, bloopers, and more at the mfnetwork.com. Plus, you can even see some of Twitch's matches on there. Go to YouTube, Monster Factory Pro TV. And
well, you can also get them on the MF Network as well. That's where most of my matches are. I think all of them that they've posted so far, including my first ever match. Not singles match, that's already up there, but my first ever match at the MFPW in a tag team battle royal.
Ah, yes. Well, not counting the Turkey Slam.
Okay, it was
You wanted to say your first ever victory. It's okay.
Well, that too, but it was also like, official match.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's actually a major spoiler. It's like, wait, he won? How?
I have a response, but I'm not going to use it. Anyway, let's go to the goodness gracious Great Balls of Fire.
I feel like that had something to do with it.
Whatever do you mean? You know what? I don't answer that. Don't. Just let's get into the predictions.
I wasn't going to.
Let's get into the predictions now.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's go to the kickoff.
Freaking out way more than I am over this.
For so many reasons. The Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Neville defending against Akira Tozawa.
I've learned to not bet against the king, Neville.
And I am with you on that one. So, I don't know. Is this good enough to cue the saxophone?
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
Enzo and Cass explode here at Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah. You couldn't have done a better impression of Vince McMahon.
So, yes, Enzo Amore against Big Cass. So who will take it? Will it be the certified G and bona fide stud, or will it be the man who is 7 foot tall?
Big Cass.
I
I love Enzo, but all I really want out of this match is for it not to be a squash. I want there to be emotion. I love these storylines, but please, don't break my heart any more than you have to.
Yeah, I think Cass is going to take it here as well. Oh man, I wonder where this is going to go. So the Miz against Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. Who do you got on this one? I can only guess.
I'm going to go the Miz. Because let's put it this way: if Ambrose is out of the picture, if he beats Ambrose, then Ambrose doesn't. There's less chance of a rematch. Whereas if Ambrose wins the title back, Miz gets his rematch, then we have another match between them.
Sound logic. I'm on board with it. Yeah, I'm going with the Miz as well. Alrighty,
For once, it's but at the same time, logic has failed us so much. But this time, it actually makes sense.
Yes. So the tag team titles for Raw on the line in a 30-minute Iron Man match, or Iron Men match, I guess in this case. Cesaro and Sheamus against the Hardy Boys.
Cesaro and Sheamus. I'm betting against all of my favorite people tonight. Like, it's so bad, but still, just Hardy's won the titles.
And that was kind of their nostalgia push.
Not nostalgia push, but it's more of like, they won the tag titles, and that was a big deal. It's a way to, like, really throw in a wrench there at WrestleMania. Like, that really made everybody go crazy, and it's great. How many more times, but again, it's almost like Miz and Ambrose. How many more times are we going to see this match?
Well, I guess long term, would it be better for the Hardys to defend the titles, or would it be... I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb, stick my neck out a little bit.
I think it's Sheamus. It's better for Sheamus and Cesaro because when they originally won the titles, like, they only held it for a month, only to be taken by the club. Really. But it's like, give them a lengthier reign because, like, that's really what we wanted to see the first time around. I was going to say, in fact, the only team on the Raw roster... former team to not win the titles were Enzo and Cass, who were my picks to win at WrestleMania. And, yeah.
And thus they become this generation's Rockers instead.
The Rockers held WWE. They've never held a tag title. They didn't hold one in NXT. They did not hold one on the main roster.
Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of WWE, yeah, the Rockers didn't either. They almost did. Back on that Saturday night main event taping, but damn that top rope. Anyway, despite all of that info, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to go with the Hardys here. Because occasionally I go out on limbs. I don't know. Anyway, Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt.
This is one of those matches where logic doesn't really help, but I'm just going to go with Rollins. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Both guys could use the win, but...
Well, no. I think, Bray could use it more than Rollins would, but I think it's just more... Well, actually, yeah, you're right. Both could use the win because... But who needs the win more? At the same time, I don't think it really matters who needs the win more because I feel like they're going to go, who do they want to have the win more?
I don't know. I'm going with Wyatt.
That's who I want to win, but I think Rollins is going to win.
Gotcha. Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks.
Alexa Bliss.
I'm with you on that. And, oh man, the ambulance match. Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. Who is riding in the back of the ambulance?
So, Roman's winning. I'm calling it.
I'm with you on that. And finally, the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar, or Bork Laser, as you also sometimes know him, against Senor Joe.
Senor Joe!
Samoa Joe.
Yeah. I really want Joe to win, but I'm going to call Lesnar.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to... I mean, I'm sure Joe will put up a good fight, but I think Lesnar's taking it here.
I want there to be room for, like, hey, I wanted it to be one of those things of, no, I don't want him to put up a good fight. I want him to take Lesnar to the limit. Because this is a guy who's beaten Roman Reigns a bunch of times. And it's also like if Roman's obviously going to be facing whoever wins that match at SummerSlam. That's obviously the plan they're going for. He and Joe have already faced off a couple times. There's only been once that they had Lesnar versus Reigns, and it was a pretty good match. And no, not because Rollins came in and saved it. No, it was a damn good match without him cashing in Money in the Bank, and you need to admit that finally. All right, you had your moment. Rollins cashed in and won, but admit it. Reigns and Lesnar was a good frickin' match.
Was that to me, or was that to the IWC? Like,
that was to the IWC, and I'm not talking about the fine promotion in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because apparently that's the initials for promotion. And
I got you. I'm on board.
That was where most of the salt was being dispensed.
Yeah, man, you're just throwing it out there like Mr. Fuji.
Just handfuls of salt at the internet wrestling community.
Yeah, just taking out eyes everywhere so they can't type accurately on the internet. And it's
well,
just
they
a bunch
can't
of
do
letters.
that to begin with. So let's. Oh, come on!
Wow. All commentators heard here on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not
fun
necessarily.
On Saturday Night Michael.
Gosh.
Because I guess that's the reputation I'm having right now towards the internet.
Apparently, yeah. JBL, where the L stands for Lucas.
I don't even want. Okay.
I don't know. All right, I think it's about time for that wonderful thing we call
birthdays.
So excited. Because we're long on time here. On this date in 1981, I've got one here for you, and then not one, not two, not three, but four Brucey bonuses. Yeah. On this date in 1981, Orrin Hawkshurst was born. The wrestler, actor, promoter, and founder of Wildcat Sports, best known as Luke Hawks, turns 36 today.
Well, happy birthday, Southern Stomper.
Absolutely. That was all I could get on the wrestling end of things, but now I had to go well outside, and I think I found some pretty good ones. On this date in 1934, Martin Allen Feldman was born.
Martin Feldman.
The British comedian known for his prominent misaligned eyes and his supporting role as Igor in the Mel Brooks comedy Young Frankenstein.
Well, then they were wrong then, weren't they?
Died in 1982 at the age of 48 from a heart attack. Mel Brooks had stated in an interview that it was his combination of smoking 5 packs a day of cigarettes, drinking copious amounts of black coffee, and a couple of other factors that might have contributed to the early death.
Might have?
Yeah, might have.
Might have.
And I think a diet of like eggs and just other cholesterol building.
I was gonna
stuff.
say what did he? Oh wow, no words. I can't even make a joke about it.
Fair enough. On this date in 1949, Wolfgang Johannes Topschnig was born. The Austrian-born celebrity chef and restaurateur, better known as Wolfgang Puck, turns 68 today.
Wow.
On this date in 1958, Kevin Norwood Bacon was born.
That one I know.
The Golden Globe award-winning actor known for movies including Footloose, JFK, A Few Good Men, Apollo 13, and Mystic River, among many others. In fact.
Part of one of my favorite TV shows that shouldn't have gotten canceled, The Following, was really good in that.
Indeed. So many, in fact, that you can link any actor or actress to him in 6 degrees. Well, he turns 59 today. And finally, turning things over here to Ted on this one. On this date in 1961, Toby Keith Covell was born. The country music singer and songwriter with 20 country music chart toppers from 1993 through 2011, best known as Toby Keith, turns 56 today.
Yay.
You had nothing to add on that.
I'm more of a
you
Tim
were
McGraw
trying.
guy if we're going to be going about early 2000s country.
Fair enough. I mean, well, he had 90s, 2000s, and now-ish as well. So, I mean, certainly a legendary country music career.
That's when it was still sort of country music. So.
And that's why Ted Efaw brings you country music the way it used to be, the way it ought to be here on 1490 WBCB, and he's going to be doing so coming up next here on WBCB. So until next week, where we're back live in studio, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's well.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB.